Immortal Sky Studios presents Soulbound.
Several of us are missing. Deepak, Kalida, Evelyn, and the Primrose system are all headed to the Universal Council. They're trying to make a case for our ignition. They finally had an opening in their hearing schedule.
Normally I'd wait till I had more recordings to send off to you guys back home. But I do need those medical records, so you guys are getting these 3 for free. Isn't that fun? Whoever listens to these tapes, tell Telly and Mason I say hi, and tell them
You too, buddy. I'll get right on those files, don't you worry.
I'll see you all again in a few months.
Mason!
But until then...
Commander Gander! Hi! What are you doing down in the history department?
I was actually looking for Doctor Glaslow. You haven't seen him around, have you? I thought maybe he got lost in the Isles again, but haven't had much luck. Maybe got a little lost myself.
Well, he's off on the last stand mission. You know, the one you signed off on weeks ago? The proposal I was working on for months?
The Last Stand! Yeah! The Last Stand mission, silly me. I was wondering where he'd run off to.
I had just got around to listening to the final recordings of his findings, though we haven't gotten any new ones in a few weeks.
Well, I'm sure there's nothing to be too concerned about. You know how he gets when he gets invested in his research.
Yeah. Hey, do you know if the captain is busy today?
Who? Jormund? I think she's meeting with Tele right now, but I'm sure afterwards she'll have some time to talk. Why?
I wanted to talk about the current findings of the mission. I think Jaylin's found some really interesting case studies, and we should allocate more resources to...
Allocate more resources? Mason, you've already got the head of Historical Research Division on the case. Plus, the Greenhouse Project is taking up a lot of our funds at the moment.
I know that, Commander, but...
Then I don't see why a meeting would even be necessary, friend. Besides, the Last Stand mission, it's about robots, right?
Right.
Then you'll have all the time in the world. It's not like your subjects are going to die of old age anyway.
They could rust.
They can always replace their parts. It'll be fine.
I'd still like to talk to German personally, if just to give a mission report.
Suit yourself. I'm going to find Mouse or one of the other research assistants then. Do you know when Jaylin will be back?
No.
Rats. Well, see you around, I guess.
Yeah, see you around. Dr. Yorick?
Yes, hi. Second Commander, what can I do for you?
I've got a request for some medical records from Jaylin Glaslow regarding his last physical exam.
Can I see the paperwork?
What are you working on down here?
Oh, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Currently doing some research into Vapos crystals to see what makes them tick. Oh, and Melody has been working on a way to reverse the lingering effects of productivity.
Any luck?
Not really, no. The crystals still mess with most things they come in contact with unless put in a battery chamber, and productivity is a hell of a drug. Anything interesting happening up with the bleeding hearts and ethics?
Someone in the research department put in a concerning proposal about some of the wildlife that's been developing on Greenhouse, but I don't think much will come of it. Commander Gander's far too protective of Greenhouse to let anything happen there.
Was it David?
Legally, I can't say.
Yeah, there it is.
There what is?
Your nervous tick. I guessed it in one. It's David!
Legally, I can't say.
Yeah, alright. Here's your paperwork. Tell Jaylin I said hi.
Will do. Oh, hi. Are you Jorman's new secretary?
Yes. My name is Shelley.
Nice to meet you, Shelley. Is the captain busy right now? I wanted to give her an update on the Last Stand mission.
Captain Jarman's in a meeting, yes. You can wait out here.
Alright. You know, it's nice to see a new face around here. It's been a while since we've hired anyone new. What were you doing before this? Shelley? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your work.
sort out the details.
Of course, General. Shelley, be a dear and... Oh, hello, Mason.
Hi, do you have a minute to spare?
I suppose, if there's no more to discuss on your end, Telly.
No, I think we've just about covered everything. I'll get resources on the tungsten acquisition.
Thank you, Telly. You're dismissed. Shelley, please seat the General out.
Sure thing.
Second Commander Mason, what was it you wished to discuss?
Oh, it's, a bit of a private matter. We should maybe move away from the front desk. No offense, Shelley.
It won't tell anyone anything, Mason. Shelley is one of the newest Elysian models.
Oh, she doesn't look like a robot.
It's not supposed to. It's supposed to look like and act like a person. It's even supposed to think it is a person.
Then, isn't she a person?
Oh, no. Shelley doesn't have a heart. It's supposed to think it's a person for 2 reasons. 1, so it's nicer to us, and 2, to safeguard against spontaneous sentience. If the robot comes to life and already thinks it's a person, then it should ignore the signs of a malfunction, think it's a medical issue, and ask for assistance. We send it off, get it fixed, and there we are, right as rain.
Oh.
I know, I was skeptical of it too, but none of this line has gone rogue yet, so if it works, it works.
Speaking of rogue robots, I wanted to give you an update on the last gen mission.
Oh, is that what this is about?
Yep. Dr. Glaslow arrived on the planet unscathed and sent back his first set of reports. He's requested medical records to ensure that he doesn't affect any wildlife there, and he's interviewed 3 of the Awoken.
And?
And so far, the case for sentience for them is looking fairly strong. I think we need to do a lot more research into it personally. The data so far is only on a case-by-case basis, and if we widen our search, I'm sure we can get a better view of the big picture. I was wondering if we could allocate some more resources towards the mission. If things continue to go well, that is.
Well, if the science is compelling, I'm sure something can be arranged. Is that all, Second Commander?
Well, as I was listening to the recordings Jaylin sent back, one of the Awoken mentioned a hearing?
A hearing?
With the Universal Council. It's not really a trial, but like one of the system evaluations. They're trying to prove they're sentient to the courts to get an official trial and put the matter before lawmakers.
I'm aware.
Oh, you are? Good. Well, I was thinking we should probably send someone to take notes of the event for the research department, and since Jaylin is out and about and the other clubs are still being trained in field recording, I was wondering if you might consider letting one of the ethics department personnel go.
I am supposed to go and fulfill my role as a council member, so we will already have associates from the deck accompanying me.
And I understand that, but listen, Guardian.
This is a professional setting, so you are to address me by my title.
Right, sorry, Captain Drummond, but I really want to go to this trial. I know how difficult it can be for non-organic life to be recognized by the Council, and I really think I could help at the hearing if I were permitted to go. I could offer the Council an additional perspective that I think would be rather enlightening, and...
No.
I know what you're gonna say next, Captain. I know you think I'd be biased, and I won't deny that, but in this case, I think my view on the matter could really do some good for once. I promise I can keep my emotions under control and not butt in unless asked my opinion. I don't even have to talk. I just want to go and offer support for these robots by being there.
We cannot risk you interfering with the trial, Second Commander. But as for your proposal, I think it would be wise to have someone from the ethics department along for the ride to ensure the records don't include any bias one way or another. We'll see if Commander Gander has any free time.
Commander Gander won't want to pull their focus away from the greenhouse project.
I will ensure they have the time, Mason. The answer is still No. If there's any other matters you wish to discuss, I'd be happy to hear them, but I must put my foot down on the hearing. Understood? Understood.
Understood, Captain. I will refrain from asking about the matter in the future. I'll see myself out.
Good. Tell Shelley I'll be in my office.
She's right here. I'm sorry you had to hear that.
It's fine. I just wish you wouldn't use that term.
Which term?
Robot. I'm just a person.
Robot isn't a bad term.
It is the way she meant it.
Yeah, I guess it was. See you around, Shelley.
See you around, Mason.
Professor Glaslow?
Yes, Doc.
Why did it take Soulbound so long to be recognized?
The recognition of Soulbound as a system was a very complicated political battle. It was the first and thus far the only time that non-organic life has ever breached their system. The two robots who helmed that mission, Mason and Leto,
Hey,
spent a lot of
got a
time
moment?
Yep.
How'd the meeting with Jormund go?
Fine.
Just fine.
Okay, it went bad. She didn't listen to me again.
That's a shame. Was it about anything I could try to convince her of?
Not without her knowing I put you up to it. How did your meeting go?
Mine went well, actually. We got permission to order the tungsten, but the diamonds are being real finicky about the paperwork, so we'll see when it actually gets here. You know how we were watching those tapes, and you said if I was to record something, you could try to get it to Jaylin?
Yeah?
Well, it's not much. Spoken word is never really my strong suit, but, I've recorded a message for him.
I'm sure he'll love it, Tele.
Yeah, but you do have to record one too. It's weird if I'm the only one sending him things.
I would if I had the energy, but the cargo needs to be shipped out tonight, and I need to make sure everything's in order with the supplies, and there's still more paperwork to do. If it's any consolation, I am sending him his medical paperwork, so, your message won't be the only thing he receives.
Well, I would hope you're also sending him more oxygen.
Oh no! I forgot he needs to breathe! Silly hominid having lungs, not like us cool robots.
Cool is the last way I'd describe you.
And funny is the last way I'd describe you.
Get back to work, nerd. And make sure Jaylin gets my message. It's very important.
Roger that, General. Roger that.
Today's episode featured the voices of Olivia Jeske as Dr. Buttons and Second Commander Mason, Akira Supalana Mix as Professor Jaylin Glaslow, Ambrosia Jeske as Commander Gander, Dylan Kraus as Dr. Eleanor Yorick, Gracie Armour as Shelley and General Figueroa Telly, Ethan Smith as Captain Gwydion Jormund, and Vincent O'Donovan as an inquisitive student. This episode was written, edited, and produced by Olivia Jeske, who also made our theme music and cover art. Follow us for updates on Instagram at The Soulbound Series, or email us at thesoulboundseries@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.